Hey everybody, welcome. This is Dr. Mark Arcuri here in Santa Fe, New Mexico this evening. I am very, very happy because we've had crazy storms the past couple of afternoons and another one rolling in this evening. And my roof is finished, so I'm dry in the house, thank gosh. And yeah, so life is good. Life is good. So welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. We are continuing on the mini series of Paradise Rediscovered. So the series that is following the outline of chapters from my upcoming book called Paradise Rediscovered. I don't have a subtitle yet, but I've got to put that together. So if you have any ideas, email them to us. And if we pick it, we'll give you a free book. But Paradise Rediscovered is the title. And if you have been following us, this is our 31st Facebook Live that we're doing. Number 30 was last week. I didn't realize it until after it was over, so I want to mention it tonight. So thank you so much for following with us. But the past 6 weeks, the focus has been on Paradise Rediscovered. The past 5 weeks. Tonight is chapter 6. And Paradise Rediscovered, as you probably know, is about that journey of rediscovering who we really are. My belief is that we come into this world knowing exactly who and what that is, and very quickly we end up being deprogrammed by benevolent people around us who want to teach us the ways of the world and end up basically teaching us their own biases and their own perspectives and their own ways of handling things when a lot of that is just not relevant to us because it's not us. Everyone is different. So as we begin to go through life, we begin to experience challenges, and what we've been taught don't quite meet those challenges very well, and we're forced to find our own solutions, and in doing that, we rediscover who we are. So that's what the book is all about. I can't wait to share it with you in print and probably an e-course and things like that we'll put together to go along with it. But for now, we're going through on these live broadcasts week by week to take you through the chapters and give you a sense of what it's all about. So tonight's chapter 6 is we live in a reactionary world. And that is so true. If you just think about the amount of stimuli that's coming into your life from day to day, it's absolutely immense. There's no way that our, well, I shouldn't say no way, our brain does get it all. The brain takes it all in, but there's no way that we can consciously be aware of everything that's being bombarded at us all day long in our life. Comes from every direction, comes from home, comes from work, comes from politicians, comes from advertising, comes from what's going past us as we're driving down the road or taking the subway, whatever the case may be. It is constant. And what happens is we keep some of that in consciousness, some very small percentage in our consciousness. And what's in our consciousness, we respond to in the world. We're able to formulate responses to those things as necessary and respond. Everything else, the vast majority of what we have coming in at us, everything else goes into our unconscious mind. And it's in that unconscious mind that we don't respond to those things because we still have to do something. We don't respond to those things, we end up reacting to them. So in my view, reactions are sort of like an involuntary process or an automatic process, maybe is the way to say it. It's kind of like our heartbeat, our breathing, things that we don't think about that happen because they have to, but we don't have to be aware, or we aren't aware, I should say, of why we're doing what we're doing. What's in our conscious mind, on the other hand, instead of something that we're responding to, or reacting to, is what we respond to. And what we respond to is much more of a directed action. So an example might be holding our breath if we want to, for some reason, jumping underwater or whatever the case may be. So holding our breath is a response that we're choosing versus a reaction that's just going on without us thinking about it. So what happens in our life, the politicians, the advertisers, all this wonderful marketing that's around us, even partners, people close to us, family members, people that want us to do what they want us to do. They don't want us to think about it. They want us to do what they want us to do. So they're able to find a way to provide us stimuli that is designed to get into the unconscious mind, so we just react to it. And if it's designed properly, we react to it in the way that those others institutions or people want us to react, versus having an upfront conversation with us, telling us what they'd like, and letting us make the decision ourselves. So we bear some responsibility in this, because as we go through life, most of us are detached enough that we're willing to leave it up for grabs what gets into our conscious mind and what gets relegated into the unconscious. And our challenge is to begin to take control of that and to become aware enough that we can choose what we want to put into our conscious mind and what we want to let go into our unconscious, where we can just sort of react to it and not worry about it too much. So it's not easy. It takes a process of awareness, and mindfulness techniques are probably the best way to do that. Mindfulness meaning anything at all that slows you down enough to begin thinking through what's going on around you and how you're responding inside, so that you can begin directing the responses that you put forth outside of you. So you become aware of what's going on around you. You decide what's most important for you to attend to and what you can afford to relegate to your unconscious mind. And maybe you make that decision because you know certain things you don't have to worry about. Let the unconscious handle it, because in the past you've reacted just fine to those things. So you decide what to keep in your conscious mind, and then you think through those things and respond in a way that feels most appropriate to you. So that's the task for the coming week. The task for the coming week, first of all, is to become more aware of just what the disparity is between what you're responding to in a typical day and what you're reacting to. So you might want to take a piece of paper, take some time to sit down, and in retrospect, think about all the things that went on in your day today. And then somehow denote which ones did you have an active response to, and which ones did you have in a non-active response to, or a passive response to, meaning that you reacted to those things instead of responded to them. And make a list of everything you can think of. And I bet if that list is halfway accurate, you're going to find that the list of what you reacted to unconsciously throughout your day is far, far bigger than what you chose to respond to consciously during the day. So that's your beginning point, and it gives you this real graphic picture in front of you of just how many things go on during the day that you're not able to attend to consciously. That's not going to change. We only have the ability to attend to so many things that go on in our day, and especially so many things in a given moment, given that multiple things are going on in a given moment. There's only so much we can deal with consciously. But what we can change is our willingness to attend to what is getting into the conscious mind and what is being relegated to the unconscious. So that's what the task is. After you have a picture in front of you and can see graphically how much is passing you by and you're reacting to versus how much is really what you're paying attention to during the day, then your job is to decide what it is you want to pay attention to and what you don't. And in making that decision, and this is where it ties back to Paradise Rediscovered, in making the decision of what you're going to keep into your conscious mind versus what you're going to allow to go by in your unconscious, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn about your values, your priorities, what's important to you, what you love, what you really want to be spending your time on in this day for whatever reason, versus what you can afford, in a word or in a sense, what you can afford to let kind of pass by, knowing that you'll just react the way that you do, and that's fine. You don't need to spend time with it. So play with that this week and scroll down. Let us know your comments. Let us know your comments about just what you think about this in general, the idea of becoming more awake and aware of your ability to make decisions of what you want to consciously attend to each day versus what you want to relegate to your unconscious mind. So let us know your comments about that. But then as the week goes on, come back and let us know what your experiences are in actually doing that. How does it change your day? Because I guarantee you what's going to happen is that if you're consciously choosing what you want to keep in consciousness, so it's a double whammy of consciousness, which is a good thing, whammy in a good way. If you're consciously choosing what you want to keep in consciousness and attending to those things, your day is going to turn out a lot more pleasant and fun and joyous and happy and fulfilling and full of manifesting and everything else that's letting you know it's a fantastic day when you go to bed at night and think about your day that's just gone by. So that's what you're going to find out. So we want to see how that's happening from you. So scroll down and let us know as the week goes on. I'd love to respond to the comments. I do every one of them. You can always email us over at drmarkacuri.com if you're not on Facebook, if you're not on Instagram, or you're not on YouTube. You may be watching this video at drmarkacuri.com, and you can actually scroll down and make comments there as well. So email us, scroll down in whatever social media you might be attached to, and leave us comments there. Ask your questions. I'll answer the questions in other segments that I'll put up on our page as well. And we'll get the conversation going and keep it going because it's really super, super important. So this is week 6 of Paradise Rediscovered, chapter 6. We're going to go on to chapter 7 next week. I don't really remember what chapter 7 is. Chapter 7, I can be passionate about my work without it consuming my life. So that's a really big one as well. I can be passionate about my work without it consuming my life. So that's next week's topic on the journey of Paradise Rediscovered. So we hope you'll join us. In the meantime, please do go to drmarkacuri.com. Check out the free downloads we have there. Check out the video replays. You can also find much of those things, but not everything, over on Facebook. Facebook.com/drmarkacuri, and some of it also over on Instagram.com/drmarkacuri. So wherever you find us, be sure and sign up for the monthly free giveaways. The monthly free giveaway for June, I always get tongue twisted by this time. It's 12 minutes in. Is a free inspirational mug of my creating that we'll be sending you from our e-store, and we'll love to send that to you any place in the world. So be sure and enter the contest to win that free mug, and it's something that can be with you day in and day out, all day long, to inspire you and keep you on message as you move forward in creating or co-creating this amazing, amazing life that you have. Thanks so much for being here. Lots of love and gratitude from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and we will see you again next week. Ciao.